The Austin Metcalf case is truly unlike any other case I've ever covered. Don't get me wrong, though, this is not my first rodeo. I've covered plenty of cases involving people spreading lies, misinformation, making fake posts, making fake reports. I've seen it all. At one point, we even dealt with a methed out country rapper spreading sick conspiracies about dead children. Listen, we've dealt with all types of things on this channel, but I haven't seen anything quite like this, because usually the people spreading lies and misinformation and fake posts, usually it's just a couple of weirdos. And we're able to pinpoint the source of the lies and misinformation, and we're able to confront that, right? But in this case is different, because we're not just dealing with a couple of weirdos spreading lies. No, we are dealing with thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people who are actively, a lot of them knowingly, some of them unknowingly, participating in a public smear campaign of Austin Metcalf, purposely spreading lies to frame him as if he's some sort of bad person, when there's no official information out there that would suggest that at all. And the scary part is that these tactics are working. You can look online. Some of you might not see it, because a lot of you are subscribed to channels like mine and others that will bring you the facts. But most people aren't like that, okay? Most people aren't getting the facts from people like me and maybe some of the other people you watch to get the facts from. Most people are just following up with the lies that are spread online. And the scary part is that the truth in this case, the actual details in this case, have taken the back seat. And the lies and the misinformation, they're in the front. They're the ones that are driving this story now. The lies and misinformation, they're in the front seat driving the stories, as the truth is somewhere in the back, hard to find. Somewhere, lost in the trunk or something like that. I mean, for example, you can go online and there's more people spreading the fake autopsy report of Austin Metcalf than there are people spreading the actual arrest report of Karmelo Anthony. And the people discussing this case, it's almost like you don't get to have a conversation surrounding the actual details, because anytime you spend covering this case, you have to spend it shutting down and shooting down a lot of the lies and misinformation. So this whole entire case and the conversations surrounding it are all about the fake stuff, and there's nothing about the real stuff. The real details are getting lost in the sauce. The real details are getting buried, as fake posts are dominating social media and are spreading rapidly like a wildfire. Real information, real reports, real interviews, all of that stuff is being actively buried. I mean, it's bad when even the spokesman for Karmelo Anthony's family, who I think is a real scumbag, by the way, but that's a conversation for another day. But even the spokesman for Karmelo Anthony's family had to come out and shut down some of the lies that were being spread about Austin Metcalf. The lies about Austin Metcalf bullying Karmelo. The lies about them going to parties and Austin breaking his phone and hitting on his girlfriend and all of those other crazy lies. Even Karmelo Anthony's family had to shut down those lies. But it's bad when half the community is like, we don't care what Karmelo Anthony's family says. We're still going to spread the lies anyway. So most of the people who are still spreading this false information, they are doing it actively knowing that even Karmelo Anthony's family was like, hey, this isn't true. But they don't care that it isn't true. They don't care that it isn't true at all. They are on a mission. The mission is to demonize Austin Metcalf in whatever way possible. But as these fake posts and stuff keep going viral, you want to know what's not going viral? This little clip that you're about to watch. This little clip has almost all but disappeared off the internet. This little clip is being purposely buried because I think this little clip, and it's so short, but it says so much. And I feel like it's insane that we're watching fake autopsy reports, fake police reports, fake Instagram accounts. We're watching all of this go viral when we have what I think is a major piece of information in this case sitting right here in this news clip, but not many people are talking about it. I've seen it played a couple of times, but it's not going viral. It's not the topic of discussion, but these are real details. I want to go ahead and roll this clip in just a second, but first, people often ask me, how can they support the channel? The answer to that question is very, very simple. You can support the channel for totally free by liking the video, sharing the video on social media, and dropping a comment below and becoming part of the conversation. It only takes a moment and it's totally free. But if you want to take your support one step further, you could always send a Cash App or a super thanks. It's always greatly appreciated. But anyways, I want to go ahead and dive into this little clip because I think this clip is more important than 99.9% of the stuff that's being spread online surrounding this case right now. So let's go ahead and roll the footage, and then I'll be right back with more.
One girl that we spoke with knew Anthony pretty well, that she says, and told us this.
I'm in shock because it's like, I wouldn't expect that from him. I only know him fighting and stuff, like, you know, but to take someone's life is just like a different level.
Now, I want you guys to ask yourself, why is it that all of these other fake posts are going viral? Why are all of these other fake eyewitnesses going viral when we all know they're blatantly lying and their lies have already been debunked? Why is all of that going viral, but this clip of this young woman isn't? A young woman who actually knew Karmelo Anthony very well. And isn't it kind of interesting what she said? She knew of Karmelo Anthony fighting. She only knew of him fighting. She knew Karmelo Anthony from fighting. Now, usually when kids say things, I get it. And, some would say, hey, this isn't really a big deal. And in an isolated situation, if we weren't dealing with a case that is this serious, I would say, okay, who cares? But we're dealing with a murder case. I know a lot of people don't want to accept that, but Karmelo Anthony murdered Austin Metcalf in cold blood, folks. We're dealing with a murder case. So if you have people out here that are close to Karmelo Anthony, that she kind of unknowingly let the cat out the bag that he has problematic behavior. He's known for fighting, right? Usually a kid, usually you would say, hey, I know this kid from science class. Oh, I know of Karmelo from football. I know of Karmelo from PE. I know of Karmelo because we went to middle school together. I know of Karmelo because we went to band camp. Not, oh, I know of Karmelo for fighting. Forget everything else. I know of Karmelo for fighting. Not I know of Karmelo for painting, making nice pottery in art class, saving me a spot at the lunch table. No, she only knows of him for fighting. So I'm not sitting here attempting to try to paint a picture and try to make Karmelo look bad, because I don't need to do that. And I don't think people understand that. A lot of people are saying, oh, the media and people are just trying to make Karmelo look bad. They're trying to paint him out to be a certain type of way. They're trying to portray him as a criminal. The media and people like me, we don't have to portray Karmelo Anthony as a criminal. We don't have to paint him out to be a criminal. The dude is behind bars for murdering someone. I don't have to go out of my way to try to make Karmelo look bad, nor am I interested in doing so. Karmelo already made himself look bad by stabbing Austin Metcalf in the chest and killing him. But the reality is, people who are just trying to discuss the facts surrounding this case, people who are just trying to acknowledge how horrible what Karmelo Anthony did was, They feel like they are in defensive mode. They feel like they're backpedaling right now from the angry mob because people feel uncomfortable saying the simple truth when it comes to this case. People are literally afraid and intimidated to simply say that, hey, Karmelo stabbing Austin in the chest is wrong. And that's why the hateful people who have made it their duty, this is what they're doing. They've doubled, tripled, and quadrupled it down. They're going to do whatever they can to make Austin Metcalf look bad. They're not going to be silenced. They're not going to be stopped. The police have tried to confront it. Even Carmelo Anthony's family have tried to confront it. These people are not backing down. They're not stopping. They're going to continue spreading their hatred no matter what. But on the other side, people who are sympathetic for Austin Metcalf, people who feel like what happened to Austin Metcalf, was wrong, these people are too scared to speak up. So the lies are dominating this case. The lies are dominating the entire conversation, while people who simply just feel like, hey, Austin Metcalf didn't deserve to die, people who feel that way are too scared to speak out. And that's why clips like the one you just watched are being buried. Important information is being buried while fake information rises to the top. And don't forget that we even had local media outlets report early on that Carmelo Anthony was suspended from school. But they took the post down because they said that the school district was going to acknowledge all of this information on their own time. Right? That happened pretty early on. We heard that Karmelo was suspended from school for carrying a knife to school. And we heard that Karmelo was skipping school. Now, we heard those from actual official local media accounts. And then they said, you know what, we're going to wait because the school district is supposed to come out and they're supposed to make their own announcement about these details. The school district has yet to say anything. So what's happening here is, while people spread hateful lies about Austin Metcalf, even the school district, even reporters are scared to share factual information because they don't want to be viewed as big bad racists for revealing the truth about Carmelo Anthony. Because you have to act like Carmelo Anthony is a complete angel, an angel that just made a simple mistake. You can't tell the truth about what this kid had going on. But you could look at his last social media post to understand the mentality that Carmelo Anthony had. And the problem is, a lot of people are seeing Carmelo's last post. And they're sharing the photo of him sitting there with the lighter in his face. And it looks like a menacing photo. But people are not talking about the caption of the photo. Because most people do not understand what the caption of the photo means. Now, luckily, I come from a place where I understand this lingo. I understand this talk. And it's funny because I'm watching hundreds of older people, a lot of older white people look into the case, and they don't understand half of the stuff that's being said on these social media pages and stuff, but I do. So if you look at Carmelo Anthony's last Instagram post or social media post, don't focus on the picture, focus on the caption. And let me explain to you what that caption means. The caption simply says, I still play football, I just been in the wrong field. Now, like I was explaining, a lot of people don't really understand what that means. Here's what this means. He's basically confirming, yeah, I still play football, and I'm still out here on the football field doing my football things, but I'm also in the other field. The field meaning the streets. Basically, he's trying to say that he's thugging out here in these streets. He's in the streets doing this. He's doing that. He's in the field. He's in the battlefield of the streets, if you will. And so many people have glossed over this little detail. Now, maybe it's a song lyric. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know. But this is basically Carmelo Anthony admitting that, hey, yeah, I still play football, and you may look at me like a good kid because I play football, but really I'm out here on these streets doing street-like activities, maybe selling drugs, gang banging, doing whatever. And I'm not saying that Karmelo was really doing all of those things, but at the very least, he was trying to sell that image to social media. He was trying to make it look like that. So when you look at this caption and you don't understand what he's saying, that's exactly what he's saying. That, hey, yeah, I play football, but I'm also out here in the wrong field. I'm out here doing street that I have no business really doing. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that if everybody actually knew a lot of the things that were being said and they actually understood the lingo, it would help them better understand not just this case, but the mentality of people like Karmelo and the mentality of the people who are spreading lies and stuff about Austin Metcalf. I fully understand everything these people are saying. Often they think it's like a code word, like, oh, no one's going to know that. White people won't understand this. Yeah, we get what you're saying, or at least I do. So to sit here and try to paint Karmelo out to be this angel, I'm not trying to say he's the worst kid ever, but he is a murderer, and he himself was trying to portray himself as if he's in the streets, even though we know that's not the case. He was privileged, he was spoiled, but that wasn't enough. His daddy buying him the nice cars, putting him in nice schools, and raising him in a 2-parent household, that's not enough, because he wanted to be like the gangbangers that he sees in the rap music videos that he listens to. And that's probably why he was walking around with a knife, and probably why, according to his friend, was known for fighting. I guess we're just going to leave out those details. But for now, I want to hear your guys' thoughts about all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.